And what's up, hockey fans, and welcome to episode number 67 of Marty's Illegal Stick Hockey Podcast, recording here on March 8th, 2022. Can't even talk tonight. Something going around.
Could get it eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, boy. Anyways, this is going to be a great show. We got a championship feel to this show tonight, and I'm so excited to be able to do this. Before we bring our guests in, I'm going to bring my co-hosts in. First of all, the man who has petitioned for cheaper beer prices at the Adirondack Bank Center and has pulled it off, as a matter of fact, at least on Wednesday nights. I'm going to introduce you the one, the only, and he's wearing the same hat I am, Stogie Golf, from our friend Roman Colorado of the show. Anyways, he is the one, the only, the Macho Dom.
Boys, and ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is going to be an awesome show. I'm going to keep it tight just because we got some stuff to do. So, Scott, do your thing.
Absolutely. And next, I'm going to bring in the guy who actually set this all up. And because of that, I'm going to let him do the introductions because I know he's been chomping at the bit to do this. So anyways, you are going to do the introductions.
Because you're a Michigan fan.
That's right. I am a Michigan
Well, not only that, he's also the master of all the little things.
Yes, I am. That's right. Yes,
he's
yes,
the professor,
yes,
Jeremy Roberts. What's up, buddy?
What's up, boys?
How we doing?
It's another day.
Absolutely, it is.
It's
another great.
Maybe you'll let us get a word in tonight. I don't know.
It's been a long. I don't know when did we put this together. Saturday night, I think.
Today,
me and Monkey talked. And then I told him he got his wish Sunday afternoon. I was like, all right, we're on Tuesday night.
Well,
like, find your buddies. Let's go.
Well, that's exactly it. And I know you were having a great time Saturday night. So that's
yeah, sure was. So,
anyways, like I said, since you are the man who is responsible for putting this together, I'm going to have you go ahead and bring in our guests tonight. We have multiple guests.
Yeah, they're all from
the 2022 UCHC champs, baby, the Utica Pioneers. Bring them in, Jer.
Yeah, it's John Moncovich, Khristian Acosta, Justin Allen, and it looks like Brandon Osmundson's on the bottom there.
There you go.
Wizard of Osmundson.
What's up, fellas?
How we doing? Thanks for having us.
Oh, thank you, man. This is great, guys. I mean, we're really honored to have you here tonight, especially you guys are just a complete buzzsaw. I got to tell you, you really are. The number 2 ranked team in the nation. And, you guys, Utica and the Mohawk Valley are so proud of you. We really are.
Monkey's got some company back there behind him, too, eh?
Yeah, he does.
Who decided to let you have that?
Well,
whose call was that?
I didn't originally have it. It went back to Zapata's house.
Great. Yeah, him and Buster, that'd be perfect.
I texted him yesterday and asked him if I could take it to the house for the night. And he said, yeah. And no one's texted me yet, so it's still here.
Yeah, that's staying at our house until somebody asks for it back.
I think Camp makes his way to Campus West, maybe, eh?
There you go. There you go. Be the man with that over there. Sweet.
I don't know. It's that Amy.
Oh, man. That is great. So you guys you're coming off a big win Saturday night against Wilkes, 7-4 right here in front of our home crowd, Utica, New York, in front of a packed house at the Adirondack Bank Center.
That was wild.
It was, and so I got to ask you something. Does it make it that much sweeter knowing that you beat clearly the second best team in your conference, basically for the 3rd time this season to win that title?
Who wants it?
I mean, the thing is too that they had 17 seniors and we've been playing them since freshman year, and they've only taken us down once at their barn, but we know them from juniors playing them in the past, and we have some relationships with some of those guys. A couple guys left here went there, so yeah, that was definitely a big one, and the boys were really hyped up to get them in the finals.
17 seniors. Oh man.
Wow.
That's heartbreaker.
What did I put on social media? I think the night before the game, I was like, we like to kill seniors' dreams. guess you guys pulled that one off,
dude.
Yeah. I didn't know they had 17 seniors. Holy.
Yeah,
man.
Like supposed to be their year. They're all saying and stuff. But
did they wait?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
did they not read the towel? But the towel says it's our year. What's going on, boys?
Oh man.
That's actually a good point. Like now you guys play all these teams, and obviously you guys have played juniors. Do you guys have relationships with a lot of the teams you guys play and know a lot of the guys on the other teams?
I mean, I know for at least like me and John, there's a couple teams in our conference that we have good buddies that play on almost all the teams. So it's like, I think that's the cool aspect of it coming from juniors is from at least our year, we put on like, I think almost 10 kids into the UCHC from that organization. Wow. So, I mean, it's pretty cool when you play your buddies and it's kind of like that inner competition in between us. Like we want to try to beat each other still, but
Right.
It's definitely cool when you line up against somebody, especially like for me, I'm a winger and I line up against a couple of my buddies throughout the year. So it's kind of cool just to kind of say hello real quick and then
get the chirping going.
Exactly.
Dude, who's on your guys' squad? Speaking of that, playing against guys, who's like who runs their mouth the most? Like, who's the biggest chirper? Is it Justin Allen? It's got to be.
Honestly,
dude, he's making that face like it's got to be.
I was
think
going to say I think it's Monkey.
Yeah, Monk gets the green light. He does not.
Yeah. Gary gives him the green light to chirp. Monk has some good chirps with some guys. I've witnessed.
He also yells at him though for chirping too much sometimes.
Yeah, when I don't get the green light, it's not good. Usually, yeah.
Monkey, when do you usually get the green light?
The only time I got the green light this year was against Martino on Newman.
Oh my God!
And that's when he started taking penalties against us here.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed that one a lot. I don't like that game.
Oh man!
Jeff Hart says in the comments, Jackson when he's playing. I go, yeah, I believe that just from talking to the kid.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I mean, this UCHC tournament, I mean, you guys have rolled right through it. And I mean, I was there for the first game there, Manhattanville, was it a couple of weeks ago now on a Tuesday night. And it's almost like you almost feel bad for them after a while because, I mean, it was just crazy there for one thing.
I will never feel bad for Manhattanville.
Well, I mean, I mean that in like you guys know what I mean, right? I mean,
it's like a cruel, like, can we get this over with kind of way. I know what you mean. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Right. So, I mean, so you rolled through them. What was that final? I think it was like 11-1.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a Lebanon game.
Yeah.
Lebanon.
Oh, Lebanon. What did I say? Man, yeah, I'm sorry. It was Lebanon Valley.
And either way, you could make the argument, Scott, for the same thing with all of these teams. I mean, that was like no disrespect, but like that. I mean, that banner was that your guys is for the taking. It was.
Yeah.
We're gonna get it. One of you guys is gonna come and try and get it, but good luck.
I think that was our mindset. I think
for sure
throughout the whole season was, I mean, if we play our game, I don't think anybody can compete with us. And I still think that's the same going all the way through the tournament.
I think so too. That's why.
No doubt.
That's why I got plans already to get to LP. So I'll see you boys there. No pressure, but
I don't want to talk about it because I can't go.
Why not? Dude, can you do anything, bro? Where's the dedication?
I have my son's last Mite tournament is that weekend.
Dude, he's gonna have another one.
It's his last year Mite. If it wasn't his last year Mite, I would.
So what does he play next year?
Squirts.
That sounds better than Mites. You can go then.
I mean, we've been playing Squirts like the last 2 months because no Mite.
Either way, I'll be there. I'll be loud. You'll hear me. We're trying to get as many people to go. It's gonna be an away game or a home game.
Or it's gonna be a home game.
Pretty much, because I mean, realistically, either way. So, boys, obviously, you guys wouldn't really know. I guess. I mean, you get a good idea because you're not all from around the area. But do you have any idea? You knew it was going to be nuts when you got here, but how important your guys' team was going to be to this community. Like, not just this year, just in general. Because like Utica hockey is such a big part of the local area. And to come in as a part of that and just kind of weave in, that's got to be kind of a surreal experience.
You know what? Khristian, answer that one because you're the newest guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, talking to Gary, talking to Terry over the summer, they were sending me videos, a lot of recruitment videos, like the rink, about the community, like what they provide for us. And they have our backing through it all. And playing our first game, it was crazy. Playing in front of like 2,000 fans for a Division III game, it's just nuts. And just knowing how good our team is, we have a special group, and I think we can go all the way this year. So we'll see.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And that's where I was going with that too, because I mean, that Lebanon Valley game, the herd, the crowd, they were all over them. So obviously you guys don't have to experience anything quite to that extent when you go out on the road, do you?
No. I don't think anything's close to the atmosphere we have.
I think nothing is close,
Nothing.
but the closest would be Oswego with their student section.
Yeah.
And that's what me and
Yeah.
Monk were looking at a stat last night. Actually, it's on USCHL.com, and this is really crazy. At least for me, like it just puts it in perspective. So I end up somehow clicking on Twitter, takes me to the attendance stats for the whole year, and we are up at 64,000 roughly.
Oh my god.
You know, guess what the next closest is at? It's Oswego.
15.
15.
Wow.
14,000. We are 40,000 above second.
Mine was a
Wow.
guess. That was a guess.
Oh my god. That's
And we average more than almost the bottom 50 in the entire country.
Dude, that's yeah.
That's nuts.
Ozzy, I think you and me might have talked about this before. I remember Bigsy a couple years back, and it's still the same. It hasn't really changed. Put something on. It was either Facebook or Twitter that Utica College hockey like attendance was like top 5 across all 3 divisions. Like it was even better than Boston University for a while, which is just, I mean, that's insane. And if you think about it, after I've described, going back to what I was saying, how important it is to the community, most of the people there are like, I mean, I'm not even an alumni. Like, I'm just there to go nuts and cheer you guys on. Like, it's crazy. It's such a big part of the area, and it's seriously awesome to see you guys as successful as you are. Like, it's seriously fantastic to follow this year.
I think that's like our home record kind of displays that, especially at least for when I've been here in Monk, and definitely Justin too. Like, our home record is unbelievable. Especially, I mean, this year obviously losing to Genesee and Adrian hurt, but like besides that, you take away those 2 teams. I mean, other teams come in knowing that they have no chance.
Well,
Right.
that leads right to the next question. Do you think these teams, like, once they see you guys on the schedule, they're like, oh shit,
17-2 at home, not a big deal.
Or are they really gonna? Do you honestly think that they believe that they really have a chance? Like, obviously anything can happen, but just the mindset of coming to Utica has to be like, oh no, what do we do?
I think it depends on the team. you
Yeah.
know?
Like the
Like, I
goalies
think-
are a lot better than the players. Like the goalies try to show up more.
Yeah, the goalies usually
Right.
thrive off that crowd.
Dude,
energy.
that's why the Herd being on Manhattanville's goalie was such a so big, because he came out of the gate hot.
He
He
did.
came out of the gate hot. We talked about this last week, but I mentioned it with these guys if they didn't hear. The Herd's chanting coach is bald, which is vicious. So they're chanting coach is bald. And then a play comes. I can't remember if any of you were on the ice, but
It was before that because they knew that the goalie had a receding hairline.
right.
He also has a bald spot.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
They had been mentioning it so much to a point where everyone in the arena had no choice but to understand that they were mentioning the baldness. It was just the way it was. Something happens around the cage and his helmet comes off, and literally everybody, including the grandma behind me, goes like this. And it was a wrap because you started scrambling because it was over. The game was over. The second that play happened, the game was over. It didn't matter. It was bad. It was so bad.
The Herd has a scouting report. I actually saw it. They have like a lineup sheet, and they got facts about like 15 out of the guys. They dig deep for that stuff.
Nikki and Chung are over here with spreadsheets.
They're chirping guys in warm-ups. Like that was.
Oh
pretty-
yeah.
that was pretty
They
nuts.
were.
Like even
That
the
was
shield-
hilarious.
already.
That just sets the tone right away.
I mean, they're nuts. Like I sit with these guys and they're relentless. You know, I literally have to like, sometimes the usher will like look at me and then I'll be like, Nick, calm down. I literally have to corral him back in. And he's like, okay, I got you. And then it's right back to business. And I'm like, these guys, and like once the team like squirts him with a water bottle, it's like pouring gasoline on a fire.
It's the mental game.
It's
Like-
completely over with that point.
Jeff Hart just comments in right now. I love John's center ice warmy stare downs. It's the mental game. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I'm mainly looking at the goalie, but if someone's gonna look at me, I'm not gonna let them. You know,
Dude, that makes a lot of sense, man, because you're on a tear this year. Like, it's like, all right, yeah, I'm going to score tonight, just so you know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, man. You know, Maki, we talked about this last time you were on the show, but I want to get the other guys' perspective on this, too. So it's not like you guys play a cupcake schedule either. You played 7 games against nationally ranked teams. I mean, you only got the 2 losses against teams that are either A, number 1 ranked right now, or 2, were ranked number 1. So, but after that winter break, you guys came out, I mean, just blazing. You've been on an absolute tear ever since. So what I want to know is, is that just a coincidence coming out of the gate, just that extremely hot, or did that winter break help kind of reset, kind of get things going? Is that, one of the things that was a big factor?
I think probably after the Geneseo loss, I think that just motivated us.
For sure.
I don't know. I can't speak for these three guys, but I want to see them in the Frozen Four. I'd like to get them one more shot. Having some guys point number one to us when they scored the second goal of the game really fired me up. So hope we get them, but yeah.
I think it was also the way we played too. I think we felt that we deserved better than that. Result, because I thought we carried the play pretty well and took it to them. Had the most chances, especially. We had one goal called back off a questionable goalie interference call.
Right.
So, I believe if that goal counts, I think we end up taking that game just the way we were playing. So that kind of there's a little bitter taste in our mouth, I think, and we want them.
I think they really don't want to see you guys again. Like you said, if that goal was counted, that turned the tide in that whole entire game. And there's no way that they would ever bounce back from it. And I think
because there's those two empty net goals.
See them. Yeah, they see you guys that they're like right there, and you're like, oh, okay, so
we're firing.
They're rolling, and you guys are by far better than Geneseo. You can see it just on paper. You know what I mean? Obviously, the game still has to be played, but either way, I think Geneseo just doesn't have to. I think they don't want to see you guys. Oh yeah,
our depth is. We have four lines that can
that score easy,
and then our defense too. We are solid all the way through. This is definitely the best team I've ever played on.
You have the defensive player of the year right here.
That is
not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal at all. You know what I mean?
Not a big deal.
Alan just made that, so congrats to him.
Thank you.
Yeah, he
just broke a record too, I think.
Is that good? Is that good?
Not bad.
Is that good?
Definitely not bad.
Well, yeah, you guys were all over. I'm sure. I don't know if everybody did. I'm sure you guys did. I was off, so I watched the selection show, and it's so funny whenever the NCAA talks about Utica, because it's like we finally are here and we belong here. And it being the last one seed to be announced, I was sitting there. I was like, I know they are going to get a number one. It's driving me insane. Just say it already. Oh, dude! And they actually gave you guys such a big comment or compliment, saying you had the best numbers in the country for a reason. I'm like, there we go. Now we're talking. Let's go. Let's get this crap over with. This is ridiculous. Yeah, some respect. Forget it. I don't want to. Yeah. I don't want to hear nothing about Geneseo. I'm tired of it. Let's go. Adrian. Oh God.
Yeah, we've won 17 in a row right now.
Yeah. Seriously, mention something.
Right. So I was going to ask you guys who's the guy who you want to face, but apparently it sounds like Geneseo is the team. Or are you looking to get back with Adrian again?
Geneseo, then Adrian.
Yeah, Janet will play.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, to be honest, though, if we could avoid Adrian in the finals, we'll take it. Absolutely. We're hoping for them to drop a game somehow early.
Justin's like, what are you guys nuts?
So wait, I gotta I'm the first line of defense here, and maybe I don't want to
play against those guys. But honestly, after playing everyone this season, we've seen the top and the bottom, of course, with our conference playing Jenny and Adrian too. So I don't know, speaking for the other guys, but I think Adrian's the only team that's matching up with us head to head, because I didn't feel like Geneseo was any better than a Wilkes, to be totally honest. They had 15 shots on net, and we just couldn't carry one that night. Yeah,
they had empty net goals.
It's unfortunate they had the two empty netters. Yeah, to make it look 3-0 on paper.
Right, and the first round bye is obviously awesome, but you kind of hope that no one cools down, because Dickey's the kid's been bananas. He's been so good. So some nights where he gets 3 shots in an hour is what it seems like, but
yeah, so, he saved them though.
Yeah, but he saved them exactly. So it'll be. I don't know. I don't want to pump your guys' tires too much, but I can't see anybody realistically. As far as I'm concerned, the banner's coming home. It's someone else's job to come and take it from you. That's end of it.
I wanted to ask you that too, Justin, especially you being that you're the the defenseman. Does he ever say to you guys sometimes, especially in those games where he's only facing 2 shots in 2 periods, guys, can you let him take a shot on goal on me just so I can stay fresh?
Fresh, keep him honest a little bit.
Please, just something. It's just from the point. Anything.
To be totally honest, we're getting yelled at if they're getting shots on net. So we're doing anything we can to get off the net. Oh yeah. I remember we had the shots were like 15-2 in one of the periods, and they were like 10 minutes left in the first, and they're like, no more shots on net. That's the goal right now. No more shots on net.
Right.
We're like, they could just throw one from the red line on the net.
Right.
At that point, that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was the Manhattanville game or the Wilkes game. I got a buddy. He's gone to a million Comps games this year, but he hasn't really got to a lot of Pioneers games. Just looks at me and goes, "Dude, the pressure from this team is unbelievable. Like it's just gas pedal from the get go. Yeah, relentless. And it's all four lines. It's all the pairing of defensemen. It's almost like I almost feel like Dickey's ready to bring the puck up some of these times. Like it's unbelievable.
Well, it's funny, you know. Dixie, like you'll see him. He'll cover the puck. And then he'll be like, "No, I want to play it," and he'll just like play with it.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
well, he handles the puck really well.
Oh,
so
he handles the puck great, but it's almost like he's bored. He has to do something.
Right. Yeah, no, there's no setup. There's just gas pedal all the way. Gas pedal, Gary.
And not to mention, you still have the other two goaltenders that are very good too.
Oh, yeah.
The Twin Towers.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you put those guys. I mean, Dixie's great, but he's the shorter one. You put a taller guy in net. Where are you shooting?
Shorter is a way
but
to put
it. That actually brings up a point. And when Dixie got hurt against Stevenson, was there a sense of, oh no, or did you? I mean, Brian Landsberger was lights out when he played the few games there while Dixie was recovering. What'd you guys feel? Was it going to be like, we're going to be fine, no worries, we got this?
Or just a next man up mentality.
Exactly.
That's how it is. We have full trust in both all three of our goalies. One goes down, we have trust. Land's been on fire, and then Louis been great also. So we have all trust in all three of our goalies.
Yeah, Lance puts in some serious work too, especially after practice. He's out there for an extra hour, just taking 500 breakaways.
Really?
Yeah,
that's where it came off in Wilkes
every day.
Yeah,
Not
practice
lying.
game to play.
He's not lying.
Yeah, dude.
That kid loves the game.
Yeah.
Dude, he was dynamite. He was a .965 save percentage this season. I mean, he really was. Every time he got a chance, he stepped up. It was beautiful.
That's awesome.
Takes a little pressure off of Dickey.
Yeah. But Dixie's probably going, don't be too good because it's my spot. That's my crease.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's great. It's great.
Yeah. So what do you guys do for, I mean, obviously you guys have been on a tear. So practice. Is it still intense? Does Gary let off the gas a little bit? It's every day.
No chance.
It's right on.
Every day.
Still going balls to the wall.
Do you think Gary has a brake pedal?
No.
Dude, that doesn't. No.
They just keep getting more intense. Like, obviously he runs practices. He sets them up a certain way. So some days are more like intense than others, but the focus and, the pace of play is always the same. And he's always trying to drive that pace because the minute that pace drops, our game's going to drop.
Right.
It also definitely helps too, like the way he designs our practice. We got some of the best players in the country on our team, so he wants us battling every day, which just makes us that much better. That's why we're just so prepared every game, because you see some of the top teams dropping some like weird games to some really low seeds, but we don't do that. We just keep rolling.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Jenny lost to Cortland, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
which was shock. That was a shock. I saw that and I'm like, what?
That's crazy.
And Fredonia, they lost Fredonia.
Yeah.
You guys are at a huge advantage. I mean, you guys got guys on. Even you guys got bottom six guys that could start on probably almost any other team in the country. So when it comes to practice, and you guys are going full tilt like a Peterbilt right from day one, I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and those guys not playing are going that much harder too. So
Right.
Constant competition every day. And we're all really competitive guys, so we're.
And you guys got to try and deal with Buster on skates, who's like an apartment building on skates.
All right, with that move that he pulled off Saturday, I mean, he put the puck in the net. But did your guys' jaws drop on that? Because everybody else's did.
Yeah.
I mean, he just made a move, and I'm like, whoa.
He surprises you with something every day.
How's he doing?
That was unbelievable.
Yeah,
he pulls some crazy moves in practice. Sometimes you're just like, dude. Like, okay.
Like that goalie has a mother,
Right. Yeah, that man has a family. Dude, that's high praise coming from the Wizard of Osmundson too. Josh, who you gonna call? Yeah, Buster.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Justin, being an offensive, like, how do you line up with a guy like that? Like, what's your game plan, or is it just like slash his ankles and hope for the best? Like, what's the deal?
No, you just got it. He's a big body. You just got to stay in front of him, and I know he's going to be trying to pull some tricks, so I just keep stick on puck all day on the outside.
Don't let Justin fool you. Him in practice, he gets danced all the time. So
these guys, that's
you should see some of the
defensive player of the year. Yeah, right.
Hey, we'll call Terry in here.
Award.
He watched me and B do a little 1v1. We know who came out on top.
Getting walked by a defenseman.
I just know the gray line always dominates. Gray lines dominate blue defensemen.
Oh boy!
So how about
always be doing push-ups at the end of our competition shows?
Push-ups? What do you know? I've seen this kid work out. He's a savage. Push-ups? Are you kidding? He's on Bosu balls with resistance bands bouncing around. I've seen this.
That's all for show. It happens for like 10 minutes and he's done. All for show.
Once the video's recorded, he's out.
It's just for the gram monkey.
That's all it's for. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
So how about the Hail Mary play there, Khristian? Did you guys work on that in practice when you came out of the box and catch the puck in your gut and turn around and score?
No, that's the first time it's happened in my career. It was crazy, and also came into my stomach, so it was pretty hard catching. But yeah, all worked out. Happy to score, and we got to win. We got to win, so it's all that matters.
Right. That's right.
That was awesome.
Jared, they don't ask how; they ask how many.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Glue guy of the team.
There you go.
No way that was a planned play when Khristian didn't even have his bucket all the way strapped.
Well, I asked him Saturday night. I go, so did you ever play football in your life? Because that was one hell of a pass.
QB1. That's awesome. Oh, dude.
No, it does. That sounds like almost like a Madden move. And Justin, we know you're the big gamer on the team, right?
I got a lot of the guys into it now, though. They're all playing, and they're not putting the hours I am, but they're on there every day.
Well, guys, what's the team favorite game then?
Oh, Call of Duty.
Call of
It's gotta
Duty.
be.
Call of Duty?
Yeah.
There's a huge rivalry between me and Khristian Dr. Stuart Acosta. There's a big rivalry.
I'm up 2-1 this series. We had some Venmo deposits to each other. There has been a little competition, 1v1. So
I love it.
I know the boys do some private matches, but yeah, Jalen's the biggest gamer of the team. Probably biggest gamer I've ever met in my life. It's kind of crazy.
Bad.
Dude, he's got the look. Like, he looks like he's getting ready for Twitch.
That's because he's literally getting on right after this call.
Yeah.
We're on the mainstream tonight.
He's pretty good, though. I'll give it to him. He's a pretty good player.
Wait, Justin, you really streaming stuff?
No, but like so I play on the school's team, and we play in the College COD League. So every Tuesday and Wednesday they do College COD will stream it, and there's like 10,000 viewers watching us.
So
dude, you gotta start right now building the brand, brother. You gotta branch out on your own soon.
I would. That's the dream. That's the dream, baby.
He sometimes streams our matches when we do team matches.
Yeah, I do actually.
We'll
I'll commentate. Yeah. It's pure entertainment when the boys are playing.
That's awesome.
And
I'm sure.
Sometimes the chirps get like real bad.
Yeah. and we have a ranking system for the private matches. Like all the guys are ranked 1 through however. And Jalen can't be ranked because he's so damn good.
Right. It's
It's ridiculous.
All right.
We're just gonna be a ranked coach. That's what.
We can't go through everybody, but Monkey, who's top and who's bottom easily?
Not counting.
Let's not get into this.
This is right now.
So out of the ranked guys, Reegs is definitely top.
Wow.
Regan likes to also put in hours.
Hours.
And that's not exaggerating. Dante's he's up there too.
Buster's really
my
good.
first
Buster.
pick.
I would say down towards the bottom. I mean, you're basically talking to guys who just got the game in the past couple weeks. So like Louis St. John, Matt Wood.
By far the worst.
Okay,
Louis
bad. Louis crouch
He has a
walking
tough
around the
time.
corner trying to get you.
He's like Jim in the office when he first starts playing. Just no idea what's going on. It's awesome.
He's
You never
bad.
know.
If you guys are wondering, though, I am above Acosta in the rankings, just if you guys are wondering. So
I was. You know what, Ozzy? I was wondering. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, put that out there.
That's
man.
awesome.
That is great. That is so cool. So here's a little off the rails question for you guys to see. I just want to. I'm so curious to see what the answer is going to be here. You get to do individual introductions, let's say, and you're like a professional wrestler. You get a theme song entrance. What is the song you're coming out to? We'll start with you, Maki.
You can't start with me. You got to go somewhere else.
You got to go somewhere else.
Because I have no clue. I gotta really think here, so you guys take your time.
Dude, this is going to be great because I remember asking Ozzy what his pregame routine was. He's like, "Oh, it's nothing special," and then it went off the rails for like 10 minutes, and it's bananas. So yeah, no,
that's Ozzy. You're next.
Khristian, what do you got?
I want to hear Ozzy's. Honestly, we were just listening to WWE's on Sunday. Actually,
let's go. That's how you get fired up, boys.
Shout out Adirondack House for having the boys over. Appreciate those guys.
Oh, if I had a walkout song, oh man, this is really on the spot.
The Undertaker song.
I got one. Where if it's a tag team event, B and I are going out together, and we're doing Bad Boys because he's it's perfect, you know, like Will Smith and whoever else plays it. It's perfect.
Martin Lawrence.
And how long have we've watched those movies together so many times. It's perfect.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's no better answer than that. It's top notch.
It's top notch. Oh, that's awesome.
Tag team match.
Alan, what do you got?
Oh man. So me and my roommate last year used to come out from the kitchen with the lights off and we turn on the strobe lights and pretend we were coming out for like a UFC fight. So my walkout song last year was "Walk 'Em Down" by Ali Kappa. So I think I'm gonna have to go with that one again.
Nice.
Did you guys do the Bruce Buffer for each other too? The fighting. Did you do that?
Oh yeah.
It's been awesome. That's electric.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Had to get the real feel for it.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome.
It's epic, dude. I love it.
Acosta, what's yours?
I beat that beat up, DJ Pauly D. I know the boys love that.
Nice.
Dude, let's go.
So Ray's been getting into that song a lot lately. So,
dude, that's terrific.
Classic.
All right, so whoever does the music at the odd, if you're listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Beat up.
Dude, if I heard that at the odd, I get up, I leave. I just like, I'm done. I can't. Savage.
Individually, that's what they have to do, though.
Dude, why not? It'd be sweet.
Awesome.
Especially like at the beginning of the season. Like, let's have some fun with this. Like when you're playing Kings, come on. Well, yeah, because they're gonna win, right? Yeah.
I missed the Swedish trivia. They need to bring back. Swedish trivia.
Oh yeah, there you go.
It was great. I looked at it every day every game, and I never got all three right. Not a single time. And I tried every single time, and I could not figure it out to save my life.
They were pretty easy questions.
That's the worst part, man.
They were really easy.
Yeah, Monk was too busy staring at the other team's goalie to really pay attention.
Looking for a receding hairline.
No, so about that kid though, we played him in juniors. B and I did. I don't know if you did, Jaws, but he actually had a bald spot in the back of his head in juniors also. So that kid's had that for years, and he's our age. He's like 23.
That's why he's got a little bit of fire in him, right? He's a little frustrated. He's ready to go.
I don't know.
I don't think he's ever beat us.
He was pretty quick to get that helmet once it came off.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it was like, I'm naked.
You can't give Utica fans an inch because they're going to take a mile. Like it's.
It was awesome.
Josh in the chat, Roy. Dude, it's so bad. Oh. I almost like I forgot who I never got the kid's name, but he was sitting behind us. We were talking to him, and he goes, yeah. So you guys like students? Or I was like, dude, I'm 30. Like, he goes, oh really? I go, yeah. Now that I mentioned it, this whole thing kind of seems screwed up. Crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome.
What chant do you guys, if you guys actually can understand them, what chant really gets you guys going from the crowd?
That's a great question, Jared.
I think the Utica.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
that is,
the best by far is in the national anthem when they just do the UC.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That will for like
That's your light switch. That's what flips your switch.
Yeah. Like when it's packed and it's loud, man.
this past weekend.
We're now, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
No, that's not. That's
The UC's
not
not going anywhere.
Hey, coach said UC is not going anywhere in the national anthem, so it's not.
I like
going
to hear
anywhere.
that.
Perfect.
UC's not. Yeah,
Yeah,
Josh
but
drew you in the chat. He says.
I always like the Utica one because that one's just. It really gets the whole entire arena going.
It's easy. You can't do too
yeah,
complicated because people get,
They get a lot. Yeah, I mean, we have 3,000 people, and we can. Actually, the Utica chant works better for the Pioneer games than it does for the Comet games. I don't know why.
Don't even get me started, dude.
Oh, I was gonna say, Jared, do not open that can of worms.
I know.
I had to do it to you. Don.
Some of you guys, I think, have been to Pioneer or Comets games. I don't know if I've ever seen you at any of this year, but dude, the fans, I'm telling you, they don't like people cheering anymore. They don't want you to cheer. They're calling people obnoxious. It's the worst. I can't even.
Yeah, but the balls out is the best.
Dude, those are my guys. They're
Every time
awesome.
it's out.
Absolutely.
They're awesome. They're the best. I almost wore my shirt, but I didn't think it'd be appropriate, considering it's Pioneers. Dude, people think that I'm the guy with the shirts. I'm not the guy. You got to get all the shoes here. I got nothing to do. I just, you give me a brand, I'll run with it. but it's not me. There's nothing I can do.
Well, guys, any special preparations you guys are going to be going through for the first round of the NCAAs? I mean, it's only because this kind of feels like the Super Bowl, right? Where you win the UCHC Championship, and now you got to wait 2 weeks to play again.
Right.
So, is there anything out of the ordinary you're going to be doing to get ready?
I think we're just going to just stay the same form. I know we have practice here the rest of the week, so just kind of, I think it's big on our mindset. I think that's the biggest thing, is not losing focus on what got us to this point or getting distracted. I think it's just more of just staying focused and kind of understanding like the opportunity that we have and the team that we have, and we can't let this moment slip away. Because I mean, I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm only have like 1 or 2 more years left, so I don't know how many more opportunities we'll have at this. So this is kind of like, take it while you can and go for it.
Dance.
Yeah,
The Last Dance. Yeah. The Last Dance. Got to watch that on repeat just to get hyped up.
To add to that, one thing we always say is we don't change our game for other people. For a lot of the teams that come in and play us or we go to them, we don't change our game just because we're playing them. They got to change for us. So we're really not going to change anything over the next course, but just stick to our script that we've been doing all season. It's been proven that it's working, and we're just going to hopefully continue to have it work.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like I said, the reason I asked, because it is an extraordinarily long layoff, really, when you're used to playing every weekend, and then you got to wait that extra week. But I'm sure you guys are going to do everything you got to do, and I'm sure you're going to look very good come March 19th.
Yeah, the boys will be ready.
We're excited.
A lot of video games in between for sure.
Josh went to chat gaming. I was going to say
I
that.
would be a class next week too, so I'll be playing a lot of COD.
Oh yeah, that's
We'll be a
actually
private
bad.
match every day.
We're gonna have to do a Team Warzone event.
Yeah, maybe we'll stream it or something. We can get it on you guys. You guys should check it out or something.
Dude, you guys, I'm telling you, you should stream because it'd be hilarious. It'd be hysterical.
We just have to watch our chairs because they get pretty.
Yeah.
Maybe let's not stream it then yet.
We'll have to mute them. We'll have to mute the audio in between the rounds, and then when we're back to our team and we're talking comp, we can turn it back up.
I mean, sometimes we get people literally threaten to drive over to other people's houses and fight them. That's the point we're getting to.
Hey, but that's like, that's the type of passion you need on a winning team.
Right.
That's it.
It's a little psychotic at like 10:30 at night too.
Yeah, but no, listen, if you went and picked any championship team of any sport, this happened at least once, I'm sure. So we gotta roll with it, boys.
The best part is though, is like you just got to go to practice the next day and see him at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
It's completely over.
Guess what?
7 a.m. Oh,
Yeah, they're good.
oh.
When the rankings come out, there's a lot of chirps in the morning.
Oh yeah.
At 6:55 a.m., we got Khristian Acosta running across my stall, yelling at me, saying, he did better than me the night before. So that's, and I haven't taken a sip of coffee yet, and I'm already listening to him run his mouth. It sucks sometimes.
So this is where the fire came from this year.
Yeah, came from COD. There you go.
This is it, man. Gary ran a crazy. No, man, it was Call of Duty. I'm telling you.
Makes us closer.
Guys, I do have another question for you. A Pioneer super fan, Scott Weaver, just messaged me and wants me to ask you guys: have you ever wanted to do the flying V?
When I was younger, yeah, I love that.
I'm trying to try it in a game. We're already beating teams like 10-1. Might as well just try something.
Yeah, Teddy Bear
I
toss
would
it
like
ain't
to
hurting.
try something.
Especially all the fans there, they probably want to see something. So I'm all for it.
First guy's getting
I
absolutely
think
blown
Justin
up.
Allen would lead it probably.
Yeah, let Monty just lead it right out.
No, Zapata can lead it
Zapata,
out. That'd be
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
He can go right
Yeah.
out.
And then we'll have
Stand
Scoville on the
back.
front too.
Yeah, Scoville, and then Holmes.
Oh, God.
See, that's how you
Buster.
guys you keep guys coming through or people coming through the door for some of these games that just drag.
Yeah.
Like because I'm a Canton alum, and I was like, oh man, Canton's coming to town. I'd love to go watch that game. I had a good way to kill Sunday, but like, and I was like, you know what? It's not going to be a good game, like at all. There's no reason to go. Justice Heenan's gum would go flying. He'd lose. Yeah, probably.
Oh, God, how can you imagine? I would love to see
Is it-
Dixie. I'd love to see any of the goalies like actually shoot for the empty net.
Dixon
Yeah.
wants it so bad. I'm telling you.
That's a lot
that-
more
that-
acceptable than a flying
If
V.
we are in a game where there's an empty net, Dixon's going for it if he sees an opportunity.
Oh,
Yes.
I would love to see that.
Yes. If we can get some empty nets through the national tournament, that would be beautiful. That'd be a beautiful thing. The flying V in the
Flying V
semifinals.
and the empty netter by the goalie. Yes.
Oh, dude.
That'd
If
be
you guys
amazing.
pull off a flying V, is that like bag skate the next day?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we score.
It's gonna be Herb Brooks literally not even letting him leave the ice. It's just gonna be
that
again.
Yeah.
Again.
That's awesome.
Those 5 guys are benched too the rest of the game.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That is great. That is awesome. Well, guys, I can't begin to tell you how much we've enjoyed this. This has been so much fun having you guys here, and like I said, you mean so much to this community. You really do. And I mean, everything you've done and just the season that you're having is unbelievable. The 25 wins is a school record. I mean, you haven't lost since last year. I mean, it's just incredible what you've done. And we want to wish you all the luck and going into the NCAAs, and we know you're going to do awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you guys having us, and no, it's when you talk about just how much we mean to the city. I mean, they mean so much to us too. I mean, like we wouldn't be here without the fan base that we have.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think like it goes to show after every game the amount of people that stay and when we wave our sticks, or how excited that we try to celebrate with the fans. We're always pumping up the fans as we're going by, or I mean, we love the city, and just what they have done for us and support for us is just. Like I said, we wouldn't be here without that fan base.
Beautiful.
I've only been here for a year, and I love it so far. And I only have like 1 or 2 more years left. So it's great. Like
Beautiful.
Other two transfer guys can say the same thing. They love Utica and what the fans have to offer for us. So we got a special group, and let's just see what we can do with it.
The job's not finished.
No,
Yep.
definitely right.
Last dance for Cameron Bartowski.
The last dance.
Do it for 6.
Yeah.
Do it for, dude, that's awesome. Now you guys just need to win so he can give like a Steve Kerr type speech. Like, I got to bail Allen out again.
Oh, geez, that's awesome. But yeah, seriously, like I said, great. Best of luck to you coming up. And I know Dom's going to be in Lake Placid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to get.
No, go to your kid. I was kidding. I didn't mean to try and talk about it being an unsupported father.
This is the thing. His last game's at 5:00 that Saturday.
Dude, you can't make it.
Come on, Bob.
There's no. If you make it to,
I'll miss
give you
maybe a
$100.
little bit of the first period.
Dude, I don't think you're. What time's the game start? His game?
His game starts at 5, possibly
There's
earlier.
no
Possibly
way.
earlier.
There's no. You're not even talking. You're not even speaking like reality
Yes,
right now.
Yes,
No, you're just irrational.
And the weather's nicer, so it's gonna be drier.
You don't know that, dude.
Yes, I
We've
do.
gotten
I
snowstorms in June.
Stop it.
I do too. Yeah, listen, I agree. He's right, but listen. I'll be there. So
I'm My girlfriend thinks I'm crazy. She's like, "Wait, what? What are we doing?"
I know you're crazy.
So I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, I mean, I'm literally gonna walk out of the yacht at like 6 o'clock and go, I can get there in 2 hours. I can do it. And I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna go. So
Rational.
I'm already like on 12 North, so I mean, it's see it.
All right.
You know, I'll just have.
Since we're on the topic, if you're watching this or you're listening back and you're a Pioneers fan, you should go get tickets. Go.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's close enough.
It's close enough. You can make a day trip out of it.
Where we can turn this into basically a home game.
Yeah.
Place seats about, I think it's like 9. I think is what it seats.
10 to 15 family members coming for me.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes.
I think we definitely have the geographical location to make it a home game compared to anyone else.
Yeah.
Well,
100%. Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%.
The next closest teams would be anybody from New England, right? There's no other way anybody else.
I mean, Geneseo, maybe. I don't know where Geneseo
Hobart,
is.
maybe. I don't know.
Hobart. They're not far from us.
Hobart. Elmira.
But Hobart does. I don't think anyone has the fans like we do that would travel
No.
like that.
No, they're not.
No.
There's no. No, there's no
Hobart
chance.
seats like 45 at their rink. 45 people.
Right. Dude, I know they do. Like, I know they do, but I've seen pictures of it. I forgot who I was talking to. Someone was like, "Oh man, is Wilkes used to playing in an environment like this?" I go, I don't even think they have seats at their arena, to be honest. Like, I know they do, but I don't think they do.
They got like 2 rows of bleachers.
They have 2 rows of yeah. My son's played in that rink, and he's like,
"This is like you play in an auditorium. They play in it's like a sports plex. It's not the same.
It's not the same. It's a rec center. It's a rec center.
Right.
Screw there. Our last home game at the Arts probably be crazy, right?
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock.
I think it'll be sold out probably.
It'll be a 2 o'clock game for you guys. So yeah, I think it's going to be crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, people are already bombarding me. Can you get tickets? Can you get tickets? Can you get tickets?
Oh, for next week?
Yeah.
Will you guys be there tomorrow to get the tickets for?
Well, I have to work.
I have to work, but I could
sad
always
reality
just
for you guys when you get out of college is having to work.
Well, if anyone will be there, I'll be there at 10 a.m. So
yeah,
Well,
that's
nice.
right.
I'll be
Actually,
there at 10:30.
that's actually not a bad plug right now because I don't know.
Yeah.
I know it's out on Facebook and on social media,
Yeah.
but tickets do go on sale tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
But that's for season ticket holders only.
Only.
And then they go to the general public on Sunday.
Yeah.
So
And season ticket holders can also renew their seats.
that's right.
Starting tomorrow too.
Dude, I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you. I'm so close to getting back Pioneers tickets because I used to have season tickets and I got rid of them. Just
do it.
I'm gonna get rid of my Comets ones because I'm sick of sitting through the Adirondack Bank Library for those guys.
He's going to get a new coach of the Devils next year, so I'm going to be that's good. Pioneer teams. The Devils, I didn't say the Devils, so it's an even coach next year.
Oh God, I don't even want to think about that. I don't even think about it.
Oh
well.
boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
We just got done talking about how happy we were in
If
hockey.
Neil's hearing that right now,
He's pulling his hair out.
Yeah,
He's just
I know.
ripping it out. He's
I know.
chewing on his shirt like Frank the Tank Fleming. Which that was the highlight of the Comet season by far, him being there, throwing hot dogs.
Oh boy.
That was
Yeah.
the worst.
Well, like I said, anyway, well, I'm sure you guys got a big Call of Duty game lined up, right?
yeah, I think we actually are playing tonight. So
Are we playing? I'm so down.
I'm
There
down
we
to show
go.
a couple
We just
shirts.
started Call of Duty
Acosta,
War.
Acosta will be on in 5.
I'll throw it in the group chat right now.
Yeah, he's the king of saying he'll be on in 5 because his
And then
be on
just
in
showing
5
up.
is like be on in an hour and a half.
I'm probably just going to go right next door and watch Jalen play a little bit, see what his deal is.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stream Jalen's game.
But he locks the door, so no one can go in his room while he's playing a serious match. It's kind of crazy.
Dude, it's a serious event.
Yeah, it's a college event.
So
Who's the
Exactly.
athlete?
There you go.
NCAA doesn't want him to have people in the room with him.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's against the rules. It's against the rules.
It's gotta be
the
both.
NIL is it's all separated. It's all him. Can't be everybody that's in the frame.
Good point.
Oh boy. Well, guys, like we said, best of luck this coming up the upcoming tournament. And like I said, you mean so much to the city, the community, and everything. And you guys are great. That's all we can say. So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, guys.
absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on.
And you know what? We'll promise you a spot after the tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You
fun,
got to come
yeah.
back and tell us all about it. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it.
Maybe we can get Mick this time, eh? Or Dex.
Yeah, that guy.
Well, they were going to
Yeah.
be here. There was a scheduling conflict, so that's still these things happen. It's all good.
No, it's on them. It's on them.
Something that.
Oh,
jeez.
These are the cool guys right here.
Yeah, right.
No, this is the squad.
Yeah.
Maybe add Regan Kavanaugh to it too. That guy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
No, he needs to be in
No, he needs to go. He needs to go to class.
Oh yeah, that's
True that. True that.
Hey, you know what we'll talk about next time is aliens.
Oh yeah.
But I was gonna say when the season's, I didn't want to bring it up. I'd say this is probably better for when the season's over. But we're gonna have to. Anyone else can be on, but we're gonna have to
I'll talk
ISO
for
cam
hours.
just because me and you, we got to get into this, man. Like we got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
That
would
I
be
remember.
unreal.
I think we
Ozzy,
may have just lost 3 guys.
I don't think we were on. I don't think we were on my show, but I remember talking. Like you're like, dude, you got to talk to Justin Allen because he's wild.
He was sitting outside staring at the night sky, looking at stars.
What am I with Holland? Number 15.
Yeah, him and Eric are soulmates, and they all talk about 7 in the mornings about aliens.
Every morning it's something new about aliens. 'Cause I sit next to John.
I love it though.
Who's next to John on the other side? Holland. Who's next to Holland? Acosta. Me and Acosta just listen to it every morning.
I get to learn a couple things though, but I'm just like, this is just so stupid. Like,
Oh my god.
no offense. Just like at 7 in the morning, too, I'm already cranky. Like, I'm just like, it's not what I want.
Cranky because Acosta was just
chirped
ripping me about last
cod,
night's
too.
cod.
Yeah, it's about cod getting chirped, bees in my ear. Like, I said 2 stalls over from B. Like,
Don't let him fool you. This
We gotta
man
tell
will
some-
literally start an argument every day between us.
yeah.
It's like
Apparently, we're a couple, me and him. I don't
They're a
know.
married couple.
I'm trying to get.
Dude, this is what you need. This is how you win. This is the key to success.
There it is, right there.
Together, though, we are pretty dangerous. So if we're on a 6-man cod team, we're
That is true.
We'll
I
take
feel
one
bad
down.
for anyone else on the other side of the mic who has to hear me and Acosta chirp him because
Combat shields and Panzerfaust.
Blake Holmes.
yeah, Blake Holmes. Blake Holmes.
Go get Blake
Give me
Holmes.
2 rounds and I can have him screaming at the mic saying anything. 2 rounds.
Yeah.
God, this is so much fun.
Oh man.
We need so much more long time with these guys. We really do. We can just honestly go right off the rails.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. In the offseason, we're not going to talk about hockey at all. We'll just let Justin go.
Oh yeah. I'm so
might-
down for that.
You might lose viewers.
Oh, you might gain some though.
I was just gonna say
They
it's gonna go
won't
viral.
be-
We'll gain some viewers.
We'll
I'm
get some
sure, but
Monkey. We'll get
the viewers
some
going,
weird
"What's going on?"
DMs. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you should say
Absolutely.
that. Say it again. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna get DMs to the account that just says I'm here and I'm ready. It's gonna be bad, dude. I love it. So that'll be it's just Justin's in for the aliens podcast that we're gonna start. Or-
Holland.
you can-
We'll
you
get
can
Holland
go
there
all
too,
the way.
for sure.
Oh,
And
boy.
Justin, think of a name and we'll get it streamed and we'll start the Justin Allen Aliens show. Dude,
All
Oh, there it
about
is. It's perfect.
All about it.
that'd be sweet.
Alan's aliens.
Yeah.
Alan's aliens.
Book it.
Oh my
Book it.
God.
Okay.
Like I said, remember, Monk? I told you the show's going to go off the rails anyway.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
told you the 4 of us would be a lot to handle.
Oh boy.
I hope we play COD tonight because I want to get the chirps going. We have
No, you're playing COD tonight. It's happening.
get
Yeah.
sleeping.
I did. You know, like I told Monkey, I go, you know what? I suck at COD. But dude, just like I would love to just hear the chirps just going back and forth. Like, just to
It
hear
wouldn't
it.
be any worse than Louis, I promise.
Yeah, it's what Louis
Yeah,
did.
that's what I'm
Worse than
telling
Louis.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Louis just got the game. Like, you can't be much worse than someone who just got the game. Like,
Monkey, I've
Oh.
seen these guys try and handle technology. They probably could. I'm telling you.
I'm not. Well, see,
I'm telling
I'm
you,
a
Louis
I'm a
crouch
gamer, but I'm a
walking
sports
everywhere.
guy. I'm a sports guy. I'm like,
Yeah, if it was
NFL
Nintendo, I'd be all right.
Well, no, I mean not that far back, but I mean
Nintendo.
I'm-
He's got
I'm
it. He's got it set up next to his beige computer.
I do. You're absolutely
His-
right. As
his
a matter of fact. Mac, no way. I'm Commodore 64, baby.
He's
Oh,
got
boy.
Presario. What do you mean?
Sorry.
Oh, geez, that's awesome. That is awesome. But yeah, guys, like I said, thank you so much for coming on. We
thanks,
really,
guys.
truly
it.
appreciate you taking the time to come on and talk to us. And like I said, you guys are going to do great. We just know it. So
Appreciate it.
absolutely.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah, it
Absolutely.
was fun. I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Oh boy.
I'll be
We
back
hope
after,
so.
Episode,
I'll be back
what,
after the now.
aliens,
We'll back to
aliens.
the alien.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's great. All right. That was John Moncovich, Justin Allen, Brandon Osmundson, and Khristian Acosta from the UCHC Champion Utica Pioneers heading to the NCAA tournament.
Number 1, baby.
That's right.
There you are. Absolutely. Absolutely.
We
Mike,
got
you got the trophy. You're not even showing it.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we gotta see
glass.
Yeah, bring that up to the camera. There you go.
It's
Oh,
black,
there,
so
okay.
it's kinda white,
There it
but,
is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Does that? Wait a
Yeah.
second. What's the year on that?
Yeah. We
it's
don't talk about it.
2020,
Yeah, well,
2021.
you didn't have to say that. Come on.
And,
Dude, I'm sorry. I just couldn't help
It's
it.
it's a little
It's a trophy
unfortunate
we
for
just won.
Elmira because they don't have theirs, but it's ours. So that's unfortunate.
Wait.
I love them. Oh,
What?
God, I love them.
I mean, I'm assuming this was Elmira's last year because didn't they win the league last year in 2021?
So we're just commandeering trophies now?
It's ours now. I don't know.
All right, don't give it back. Hold on to that. Don't give it back.
Maybe commandeering
Not getting
trophies
back.
and maybe
Actually
soccer
smart,
balls,
so
but
it's got a
that's
nice
another
trophy next to it. Maybe.
that's another conversation.
I have a place you can hide that if you need to. Just let me know.
Oh no, the school's trophy case will do just fine.
Good. Yeah, lock that up. Don't let them take it back. What are we doing? Unbelievable.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we're going to head to a commercial break real quick, and then we're going to come back with our next guest. But like I said, guys, thank you so much for
Thanks,
being
guys.
on. Really appreciate it.
Go kick
Yeah, thanks
ass.
for having
Good
us,
luck.
guys.
Visit My Little Falls and stay connected with the latest news, information, and events in the city and the area. Our mission is to generate interest in the community and connect residents in a more meaningful way by facilitating deeper conversations about how these stories will shape the future of the Mohawk Valley. Join thousands of weekly visitors who stay up to date with feature stories, interviews, videos, our event calendar, and print publication, the Mohawk Valley Express. It's about timely local news for the community, keeping citizens informed about important issues, telling about the people who live and work here, and giving locally owned businesses the opportunity to reach a very targeted audience of locals and tourists alike. It's a whole new form of media-rich content developed specifically for today's mobile lifestyle and listeners. You can download our iOS app in the iTunes Store, listen to our country music streaming radio station, or sign up for our weekly newsletter. Stop by today at mylittlepalls.com. You'll be glad you did.
And we're back from that pump-up commercial. I love that music. I can't help it. I just do. And before we bring our guest who's been so patiently waiting, we really appreciate it. Just want to mention a couple more businesses. That's from our friends at the Balls Army. So I got Priceless Inspections Home Inspection Service. Josh Amodio owns that. You can call them at 315-525-8725 to have your home inspected. And if you're ever in need of a DJ, we've got Epic DJ Service, which is run by Scott Schuster. His number is 315-219-3568. Great services to have lined up, absolutely. So anyways, up next, we have the voice of the Berglund Center for the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs. He's a former Central New Yorker, and obviously he's down in Virginia now. Mr. Roy Chambers. Roy, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. How about yourself?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being patient and waiting for us. We really appreciate that.
Oh, it sounds like those kids are having a lot of fun, and of course, after what they went through and win that title, they deserve all the fun they can get. So.
Absolutely. They're a blast, I tell you.
Yeah, they're good kids.
Oh, boy. So, former Central New Yorker, you're from Morris, New York, correct?
Yes, sir. I moved to Morris, New York from Virginia in 1980. I graduated high school there, class of 89. Went to Cortland State for a year and then moved back to Virginia, where I've been ever since.
Nice. So how did you get hooked up with the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs, who are, by the way, playing the Southern Professional Hockey League? We've been talking about them a little bit over the season because there was a couple of players from the SPHL that were signed to PTOs with the Utica Comets. Utica Comets Vice President Adam Pollock played in the SPHL. So how did that come about?
Well, it came about actually because I was the PA announcer when the Roanoke Express wound up finishing their season after the year they folded in 2004. And I did 1 year with the replacement team they put in here in the UHL, which was the Roanoke Valley Vipers. And then when they McGinn's bought a charter for a dormant team down in Mississippi that was already established in SPHL, they brought it to Roanoke, and I just kind of threw my hat in the ring saying, I don't know if you have any connections or anything yet in town, but I have game experience, and if you need it, I'm available. And Mickey Gray, who is the GM for the team here ever since the inception, he and I sat down and worked some things out, and it's been a partnership ever since.
All right. And I do believe we have a video of some of your work. Dave's going to cue that up for us right now. And listen for the last game that you announced on this, because it's going to sound familiar to Utica, New York fans.
First offense, number 15. And number 17, number 26, John and number 77, Khristian and in goal, number 30,
There you go.
Is awesome.
It is.
I love that entrance music.
Yeah, that energy in there was awesome. I love that.
Yeah, our music coordinator, Joe Miller, has been doing it from the start as well, too. So we started out together. We spent a lot of time in the summer trying to find new stuff, but usually a lot of stuff that he winds up picking up usually is something that his little, at least 9-year-old son will pick out.
That's awesome.
So, but we try to put on a good time with that and things like that, and luckily we have ownership that'll give us some of the tools to allow us to kind of give us a big game atmosphere while staying in minor hockey.
Yeah, I mean that was. And by the way, if you didn't catch it, that was Henry Dill, former Pioneers goaltender.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Roy said he had that video. I'm like, you got to send it this way. You got to, right?
Sadly, Henry was released yesterday. As a matter of fact, they brought in a new goaltender that they signed to a PTO over the weekend, and Henry was let go yesterday's transactions. But I'm sure he's going to be picked up somewhere along the way pretty quickly.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So, Roy, what goes into a game day preparation?
It all depends on what type of event we're doing. If we have a theme night, there's a little bit more to it, but typically I try to get to the rink roughly about an hour before our gates open for our season ticket holders. They get in a half hour early. So that opens at 5:30, and then the doors open to the general public 6. Post game starts at 7:05. I get there and just kind of review the script, which is anywhere from 8 to 10, 12 pages of really small print on an Excel spreadsheet that has everything that we need to do between myself as doing announcements, times, timeouts, music cues, video board cues, things of that nature, or our in-game host down in the stands with the mic. And review all that. And if there's something special going on, if it's a themed night, obviously there's some themed entertainment going on as well during the timeouts or during the intermissions as well too. So kind of make sure we're all on the same page. Review any new videos that might be in particular to what's going on that night. Get with our radio broadcaster. Unfortunately, in the SPHL, about half the teams do not send a visitors broadcaster. So he and I either sit down because he knows, or we try to figure out how we're going to pronounce certain names that we're familiar with. But by the time it's all said and done, it's about time to start doing our things and start reading announcements and ads, things of that nature. While that's going on too, some of them recorded already. It gives me a little break, and I can get with the off-ice officials, get starting lineups, verify scratches and injuries, things of that nature. That's related to the crowd during the countdown to the starting lineups, which we saw a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean, people just, you know what? I mean, it's one of those things you almost take it for granted, right? I mean, you don't think that there would be, but there is so much preparation that goes into it. Because
there is.
No, you got to be right on cue.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to, a lot of it's also done on the fly too. It's very interesting. I do have some experience in baseball as well, and no offense to baseball, I love baseball. I played baseball growing up. I played travel softball over the years just to keep active, traveling up and down the East Coast with that. But when it came to doing the PA announcing, it can get kind of repetitive because everything is so structured. You know exactly when everything is going to happen. Hockey, you don't know if you're going to have a night where every little infraction is going to be called, and you have to space things out, whether it's going to be an ad read during that time in the minor leagues versus music or video or something to that effect. And then some nights you'll go stretches where we miss media timeouts because they're playing for about 7 minutes at a time without a whistle. So it makes it kind of interesting to stay on your toes.
No kidding. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Baseball, you got in between innings. It's really no, we're not going to get going on baseball because that's kind of a sore subject around here. There's no way. Because I am not happy about it either. That's
rather not.
I'm happy for it, but whatever.
No.
Would you grow up? God, I mean the gall on you.
Right, we've got this debate going on about the current baseball situation, so it's
yeah. Well, I'm not real happy about the situation with the lockout and things of that nature either, but there are some other opportunities out there, obviously, that you can do. I mean,
sure.
It's like there's already been some great games of college baseball.
Oh, it's awesome.
Coverage, so you can get your fill in at the time, and sometimes I prefer college sports over pro sports anyway.
For sure,
the desire is there more.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, do you have somebody assisting you during the game, as far as like keeping an eye on things for you?
No, not really. It's really up to me. And like I said, my music coordinator, he and I are pretty much, I guess, co-producers of what's going on. Once the script is released over to us, we're all on headsets. As far as the production crew is concerned, we take up one half of the catwalk, which spans pretty much the entire width of the ice along the sideboards. And between he and I, we pretty much call the shots of what's going to happen next whistle, and then he'll relay everything over to everybody on the camera crew and the video board crew that's further on the other end of the press box in case they have something they have to do, whether it's flash an ad up on there or have a video that plays. We do the collision of the game, which is a sponsored thing, which they take a video clip and cut it down and show it during the third period as far as a really big body check or something to that effect to kind of get the crowd going again. And between those three stations, between music, video, and the PA, it's a very fluid and best word
on the fly.
Yeah, I guess on the fly type deal. Considering how structured it's meant to be, it's never as structured as you want it to be, just because you don't know how the situations are going to go. But the group we've had has been working together for about 3 years now with the new video board operators and camera people, and they're getting into a groove, and it makes it a lot of fun. It's a lot different from when I started back in the late 90s and early 2000s, because we didn't have the headsets, we didn't have the video board, and everything was communicated by walkie-talkie, which was tough to hear over the crowd. So,
oh, I bet. So you said you're on the catwalk then, so you're not near the press box, I'm assuming, right?
Well, the catwalk is the press box.
Okay.
In the Berglund Center. There's no suites. It's just all seats, and then we have what's been affectionately called in the building is the North Steel, which is on the north side of the building. Is where primarily all the off-ice officials, broadcasters, and then our production crew sits up there. Sometimes the press will be up there if there's somebody covering either for local TV or local media. And then occasionally the scratch players are usually on the other catwalk all by themselves on the south side of the building.
Yeah, all right. Because, I mean, I know we've got one here at the Adirondack Bank Center. And I don't know about you guys, but I always wanted to go up there and watch a game from there.
What, above the stage?
Yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? Right by where David Lee Roth wrote his name. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. Motley Cruz above my section in 103. You read up on the.
Really?
Yeah, on the air duct. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, David Lee Roth's over in the backstage. Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty
But
awesome.
it does add a perspective. I mean, it keeps me in shape during the winter time. For a few times I get to go out and play golf during the summer, but because it's all steps, no elevators, and the last set of steps getting up into the steel are pretty steep because it's a confined space.
Right. So
by the time you get up there, you want to make sure you don't want to do that during a quick break and have to run up there before you have to say something because you're still huffing and puffing.
Awesome.
It offers a neat perspective because you feel like when you look up there, it's so far away, but then the way they built it out away from the back wall, it brings you out pretty much over half the crowd. So it actually gets you that aerial view. That's really good sitting up top, and you see how the plays develop a little easier.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet that'd be really cool, actually. So let's talk about the SPHL for a little bit. The Southern Professional Hockey League. How many teams are in that?
There's 11 teams this year. They just added an expansion team this year in Danville, Illinois, by the name of the Vermilion County Bobcats. And so they're kind of expanding their footprint out in the Midwest. Really doesn't fit with the southern portion of the league anymore. But there's 4 teams up there, and it kind of makes it a little easier to get them their games without so much cost incurred when it comes to travel, things of that nature. So, and it is a weekend-driven league. There are, last I knew, I think the rule was you had to have 4 dates on your calendar out of your 26 home games that were held during the week. The rest can be held on the weekend. So they usually get a lot of Friday night, Saturday night deals. And
nice.
Here, this time of year, we're starting to get into the 3-3s or the 3-4s, which makes it kind of fun for the playoff push.
Oh, no doubt. How long is the regular season?
Regular season will run through the second week of April this year, through the 9th, and then the playoffs will start immediately after that and should be done by the end of the month. They take top 8 teams and then whittle it down, best of 3 series with the championship series. Has the option to go the best of 5, but I've never seen anybody take that option.
So they get to pick. That's really cool, actually.
Yeah. And it was the SPHL made history about 3 years ago, because we sat out the COVID pause last year due to restrictions here in Virginia. But the SPHL is a league that will do a lot of the experimentation for some things that lined up in the NHL. So where 3-on-3 overtime came from, things like that. 2 years ago, or 2 full seasons ago, they did what they called the challenge round, which was the first round of playoffs. 1 through 4 got to pick their opponent 5 through 8 in the playoffs. And the first year kind of went right down the line, 1-8 to, the second year they did it, and the last year they did it. We played against Peoria, and they took 3 from us, I believe, at the end of the season. So they figured they'd carry that momentum and took us while we were the number 5 seed, and we took them 2 games to none, knocked them out in the first round, and they were the league champs for the regular season.
That's interesting.
That is.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
It's kind of different.
It is different. They were hoping it would kind of lead to some more rivalries and some more bulletin board talk.
Right.
But it really never took off that way. I think it's the way they thought it would be. But it was kind of fun. Of course, our media department took off and ran with it the second weekend of the playoffs. They were selling T-shirts that said, challenge accepted, challenge accomplished. So
that's awesome.
The broom on the back of it, the whole 9 yards, and it was the first time they advanced in the playoffs, and it was a real good time that year in town. So
that'd be
very
cool.
cool.
That would be cool to see if they did that up here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Be different.
Yeah, so there's all kinds of little things that they try to tweak and try. Like I said, it's kind of an experiment for the NHL. I mean, we're totally unaffiliated. Anybody that needs players, obviously, like you had with Utica, had a few guys coming up directly, bypassing the E, but a lot of our guys go on and get called up to the E. We had a big push, and I had to do a big, quick finding of players this year when they did taxi squads back at the NHL, and everybody started going up the ladder to fill those in. So it just kind of trickled all the way through, and we started pulling people out of college or out of the Fed at the SPHL, which is kind of putting their footprint up there in New York here lately too. So you're probably familiar with that as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's awesome. So we're your Rail Dog Yard player. So how many people does your arena hold?
Almost 8,700.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an old building that it's had that capacity ever since it was built. And one of the first, to tell you how old the building is, one of the first acts that was in that building was Elvis Presley.
Whoa. Going way back. Wow.
Yeah, going way back. And for the longest time, our sound system, I think, was just about the original equipment that was in that building. But after year two, they brought in some new sound equipment and things like that. They did the video board first, to start off the new team coming in. But and then they started doing some more of the upgrades to the sound system and things like that when the money became available as well too. So they're getting it there, and it's again giving it that big time feel in a small town community. We average probably I think we're averaging this year about 3,300, which picks up more after the holidays. It's a real competitive first half of the season. With high school football being on Friday nights around here, it's real big down here in this area. And Saturdays between UVA, we're stuck right kind of in the middle between UVA football and Virginia Tech football. So we've got that on the Saturday afternoons or Saturday evenings to compete against. So once the holidays are done, the crowds start coming around a little bit more and more. But don't let it fool you. I mean, the core fans that we have in here have been fans, multi-generational fans, because hockey's been in some way in Roanoke since the early 60s.
That's awesome.
They grew up, either grandparents grew up as fans and passed it on down through the generations. The parents have done it. And even with that 10-year gap between the Express / Vipers and the Dogs now, they're still just as passionate. And a lot of players that come in here from other teams always talk about how loud this building is, even if it's not filled to capacity, because of the fans and because of the atmosphere that those fans bring. The players absolutely love it. They say they hear everything. And I heard you guys talk with the Utica players about what they may hear, what they may not hear. And there's a lot that I think the players do hear, whether it is the good or the bad, because our fans are passionate and they will hold them accountable. They won't hold back on how they feel. So.
Well, people don't realize it, but hockey has been in the South for longer than people think.
Yes,
I mean, it goes all the way back to the old Eastern Hockey League days. Up here, we're all familiar, of course, with the Clinton Comets, but you had the Nashville Dixie Flyers down there. You had I think it was the Greensboro Generals. There was teams down there, and
there was the Salem Rebels in the Eastern Hockey League as well too,
exactly.
which pretty much abuts right up against Roanoke. So and Henry Brabham, you took it back into after the Eastern League went, Southern Hockey League took over. They played in that. Henry Brabham was from this area, and he's known as the godfather of the ECHL. He basically, at one time, when he was trying to get the ECHL started, I think owned 4 out of the 6 teams. And he lived here through his remaining days. He passed about 2 years ago, I believe it was now. So, but his name is still on the championship trophy for the ECHL. So awesome. Hockey's had a real big impact in this area. It may not, people think growing to the South, they think, the Tampa Bays, the Floridas, they're looking at the National Hockey League level. But if you look now at the footprint, it's not just mostly the Northeast and the Midwest. It's all across the country, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of either players, coaches, broadcasters, front office people, and even equipment managers that have some tie to Roanoke that have been affiliated in some way in the NHL.
That's awesome. That is really awesome. So speaking of Roanoke, who's your biggest rival?
Our biggest rival, it would be the Fayetteville Marks down in North Carolina.
That did not take you long to answer that either.
Well, like I said, the league tries to schedule things and create the schedules to help keep down travel costs. And realistically, Knoxville, Ice Bears, and Knoxville, Tennessee, and Fayetteville are both 4 hours away. But Fayetteville's kind of out there by themselves on the coast in that geographic area. And so we wound up playing them 12, 13, 14 times a year.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, and this was even before COVID and trying to keep the COVID pods going on and things like that. This was from the get-go. Knoxville's only an hour away from Huntsville, so that makes logistically sense for them to play each other. And of course, Birmingham's not that far away from them either. So we do have a pretty good budding rivalry with Peoria as well too. Just for the simple fact of they were considered the evil empire. They've always been one of the top teams in the league. And then, like I said, the year that the challenge round, when they took us number 5, kind of the history of how they played against us, thinking they were going to beat us in the first round. Well, leading up to it, there was a lot of talk because our head coach played for Peoria, and for that head coach that was also in Peoria. And there were also a lot of former players that were playing down there too. So the term that was being thrown around that week in the media and the talk was in podcasts was it all come down to the ex-girlfriends will be a big difference maker because they know the systems, they know how things are going to react and things like that, and it helped.
Oh, that's good.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. That's awesome. Oh boy. So one last question for you.
Sure.
Sean Avery was recently released by the Orlando Solar Bears. Think he's going to come to Roanoke?
No. Unfortunately, there is a league rule that no players with NHL experience can play in the Southern Professional Hockey League.
Oh, okay. That's it. That I did not know that.
Yep. It would be kind of a good thing, possibly, if it did, because the majority owners of our team are the McGinn family, which may sound familiar to some hockey fans because the 3 boys in that family all have or are playing in the NHL. Jamie McGinn, who finished up in Florida a couple of years ago. Ty McGinn played in Tampa Bay and spent some time in Syracuse with the Lightning up there. And then Jamie is currently this year signed a free agent deal and is playing in Pittsburgh. So it was kind of a deal when they came out that it was kind of to give the boys a little bit of ownership and front office experience to see if maybe they want to take an avenue to continue their career in hockey once their playing days are done and have some GM experience or office experience, things like that, on how a team is run. And they do a wonderful job. A lot of players here talk about the not really extra treatment, but the special things, because these guys know what it was like to grow up playing in juniors and through the minors. So they kind of understand how that is and how that lifestyle is and how it could affect, the bus travels and the living conditions, things like that. So everything from what I understand is top notch and just only grown since they've come along. In some cases, even some conditions might even be a little bit better than they were with the guys when we were in the 90s and the 2000s back in the UCHL.
That is so cool. So cool. Well, Roy, we thank you for coming on, man. This has been great. Like I said, it's I'm actually kind of in a way glad this started happening up here for the Comets, having to bring in a couple of PTOs from the SPHL because it opens up a whole new horizon. Really.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So, and unfortunately, back in my day, when I was growing up in central New York, there wasn't really hockey in Utica. Not that I remember. I remember always going down to Binghamton or I went to a game up at Colgate University, which was against Cornell. I remember that very well. I actually went out and did one of their intermission contests as like an 11-year-old kid. Shot the puck at the Burger King board, made it, won second place. We were sitting in the student section, and that was my first crowd surfing experience because they pushed me all the way back up to the seat that way. So I was adopted as part of the student section for the rest of the game.
That's awesome.
I had to make sure I looked, knowing college students, so I made sure that my gift certificate for Burger King was stuffed in my front pocket so it didn't disappear.
Oh, that's great. That is awesome.
But
So-
I still have family in the area, and I make it back. So I'm hoping, next time I'm up there during the winter, I'm hoping to come up and check the scene out up in Utica. So
Absolutely. You have to come see Barry's Rink of Dreams too.
yes. It's funny, that's how we kind of connected through his Rink of Dreams through there, and actually we worked for the in the same liquor store up there in Cooperstown for the same boss. He was after my time there, but I'd go back in and say hi and support the business a little bit whenever I make trips back home. And we talked a little bit about it, and then I kind of saw it on Facebook, and then I was like, I didn't put two and two together who Barry was. I'd only talked to him like 2 or 3 times real briefly, just standing in the store. And he's like, "Are you the guy from Richmond?" I was like, "No, Roanoke, but close enough."
Oh, that's great. So where are we going to find the Rail Yard Dawgs on social media?
You're going to find them on Facebook and also on Instagram and Twitter.
All right. And what place are they in right now?
RailYardDawgs.com is their website. Basically, they cover everything across the board.
I love that name.
Awesome. It's so cool.
The Roanoke Express was a big tie-in here because we were, this town was founded on the railroad, and our goal horn is an actual diesel train whistle, and it's not a sound effect. It's actually up above the scoreboard. It's run off an air compressor. Joe hits the button, and I mean it's all non-automated. It's all manual. And so you can push it as long as you want, or as short as you want, or how many times you want, whatever you drive.
That's awesome.
That day. And it just makes it a true experience. And a lot of fans were hoping that they would adopt that moniker again. Some of the SPHL teams that have been ECHL teams have done that, but Begins and the ownership wanted a new identity, but they still wanted to tie into the community, so they went with the Rail Yard Dawgs. Our mascot's Diesel, so it ties in diesel locomotives. There's a big if you ever have time looking for a little history, you look at the 611 trains that were manufactured here in Roanoke. There's one here in town. They break out about twice a year to do train rides along down to Carolina and back and things like that. And those tickets will sell out in probably 30 minutes because everybody wants that experience of being behind that old steam diesel.
Absolutely.
Actually, I got. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's kind of.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
A buddy of mine in Myrtle Beach did this for me. He airbrushes baseball helmets and cleats for major leaguers and things like that. And I told him I wanted a hockey helmet done for my office. So this is what he came up with. And we toyed around with some ideas. So that's the actual 611 train. It's not just our artist rendition and part of the downtown Roanoke skyline, because the railroad runs right through downtown. And then we got Diesel on the top.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
And then
it's a great helmet.
We're called the Star City of the South because we have a 100-foot neon star that sits on the top of Mill Mountain, which is totally encompassed within the city limits. And that was our secondary logo for a while on the shoulder pads and such was the star. So, we're called Star City, and we've adopted all those monikers and things of that nature. And it's still a big push when it comes to the history of town, but also blazing a new path.
Awesome. So cool. We might have to make a road trip to Roanoke sometime.
Oh, please let me know. I'll get you some seats, and I hope I think you guys would enjoy it. I think it would be a kind of a nice blend between the college game and the AHL game in that level. Just for the simple fact of it's kind of a mix of both. I heard you talking about the lack of crowd enthusiasm as far as being a library these days up there in the NHL. You won't get that in Roanoke.
Dom's going to get fired up again. Here we go.
Yeah, maybe this is something that you can kind of relate to. By the way, I'm on the website. I'm going to have to order a hat or something because those logos and colors are awesome. I mean, that's sick. But it is, because I love like juniors and like all types of minor league hockey and minor league sports in general, just across the board, like even with baseball, like they tend to get a little more creative with names and logos and color schemes. Like I still have my Mohawk Valley Prowlers clock up there from the UHL that was here. Like I just love that logo. And for me, and you might be able to kind of appreciate this at like a junior level or a college level, it's almost more tied into the community than like at a major level where guys are a little more removed. Like the Pioneers, our college team, like we just talked, they're just kids. Like they love Call of Duty and Taco Bell. Like that, you know what I mean? Like they're regular kids as opposed to professional athletes. Some of them are making $1 million. You know, it's different.
Well, and it takes a special type to, not only endure the minor leagues and making that switch from, a lot of guys get a starstruck sometimes when they're making that leap from Utica to the SPHL or the UCHL and playing a professional schedule and the way that's set up. And it can be a culture shock, but there's also, that again, like you said, it's the interaction with the community. It's being out there with the schools and being with the kids and doing, a lot of times, a lot of our specialty jerseys are auctioned off, and a portion of that goes to local charities.
Awesome.
We have an event in game every period or every game during the first period. It's called the Black Dog Salvage Pup of the Game, which the local Roanoke Valley SPCA will bring in a pup that's in for adoption to the game. They're bringing him when the gates open. He's out there, so people can meet him out on the outer concourse. And then we spotlight him, do live video, and, give the adoption facts and all the facts up there.
Awesome.
And last I knew, we were batting 1,000 with that for 5
Dude,
years.
That's awesome.
I'm such a dog lover. That is the coolest thing in the world. Because I have two Bernese Mountain Dogs, and they're my children. Like they really are. So dude, that's the coolest thing. I love that, dude. It sounds like you guys have such a seriously cool operation down there. It's tied in the community. Like that sounds awesome.
And the McGinn brothers come down to do a hockey camp every summer.
Very cool.
Obviously, when the pandemic rules allow travel and things like that. And since Roanoke has been back with professional hockey, the youth hockey program has just exploded. So much so that they recreated the old ECHL barn at the Lancelot, rebuilt it after it collapsed back in '92 after a snowstorm. Put another sheet of ice in there because it was just getting to be too much with everybody fighting for ice time between pros, Virginia Tech and Radford playing here as far as their club teams are concerned. Sometimes Liberty would be playing their games until they built their arena up there on their campus, and it's amazing to see. And the kids are starting to travel up and down the East Coast and not only participating, but being really competitive and winning some of these travel tournaments up and down the East Coast.
So that's awesome.
Oh, that is awesome. That really is.
It's so great to see hockey thrive in other places besides the northern part of the country. Like it really is. It's awesome. I love that.
It is. I mean, I was kind of giving some of the behind the scenes information and stuff, during the week while we were emailing back and forth and stuff. And I mean, I went back and looked this afternoon, and out of the current players that have been here on a contract of some kind in Roanoke, 14 players and our head coach have ties to New York college hockey.
Nice.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Henry
Very
Gill,
cool.
That's
we
a lot.
mentioned earlier, out of Utica.
Yeah.
We have 5 from Morrisville.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
other
All right.
programs.
Let's go.
Other Cortland, Elmira, Oswego, Brockport, Fredonia, Plattsburgh. I mean, and that's just
Wow.
this year.
Wow.
So,
That is great.
The college scene in upstate New York is getting to be a real feeder down to at least the SPHL. And
Dude.
out of those 14, 6 of them have already had call ups to the UCHL sometime over the season. They're still up there.
That is
like
great.
He will travel.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's awesome, dude. I love that. It's sick.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we need to get this area more familiar with the SPHL.
Yeah, well, dude, it's a cool league. You know what I mean? It really is. It's a small league, but it still, like you said, they just expanded. You said it was this year they expanded. I think.
Yes.
So it's growing. It's not like it's a stagnant league. That's sick. That's cool. I'm sure I see highlights. You know, I watch it. It gets around. The competition's great.
Yeah,
and
there's tons of highlights on YouTube, and there's even been, I think, 3 or 4 times this year it's made, plays have made top 10 on SportsCenter.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's great.
Right. Is there any way to stream the games?
There is. I can't remember what the name of the app is. It is a pay service.
Is it My Hockey TV?
I think it might be live stream.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure we could find it.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
I can email the link too. I can go back. And find it. I can't remember what it is. I mean, you will do watch parties and stuff with it all the time and things of that nature too. But so there are ways, and each arena has their own cameras. A high cam, and a lot of that can be just the high cam, and some have the mix between high and low cam to give you a little bit more closer feel when you kind of watching it on the ice as well too. So
that's cool. That's really cool. No kidding.
Yeah, I'm checking out their social media right now. It's pretty awesome.
Oh man,
Mitch does a really good job with it. Mitch, we just got Mitch this year. Our former original play-by-play guy, Brian Gardner, took a job out in Rapid City in the UCHL. Who also had ties to upstate New York. He was the play-by-play guy for the Binghamton Mets for a couple of years.
Oh yeah,
hey,
oh yeah.
So we always had a good time talking about speedies and all that kind of stuff down in that area. But
nice.
Mitch has jumped in. He's a graduate of Penn State and is taking off and taking away with it. They implemented things like a play on in cars with comedians. Jerry Seinfeld's little clip there.
That's awesome.
We call it driving with the dogs. They'll pick up one of the dogs from the arena and they'll drive around town in the car and put it out on Facebook and YouTube and things like that. So they do a lot of neat things to keep the interest up, and they push it all year long. So.
Dude, I love that.
So cool.
That's awesome.
So cool.
One thing I will say every time we've had somebody on, because like we were talking with Jason Chaya last week. Was that last week?
Yes.
Yeah. So play-by-play guys and like PA, to me, like I don't know why I have a fascination with like announcers and stuff like that. I just always have. And you seem like a real kind of cool, calm, collected, laid back kind of guy. But to hear the way you do the play-by-play, like you get that from somewhere, and it's awesome. Like that's
right.
It's killer to see you do that. And I'm sure a team that portrays himself as such a exciting part of the community, you definitely help bring that atmosphere to life, and that's something that's really cool.
I appreciate it. It is a lot of fun. I mean, it kind of releases some of those competitive juices.
Right.
I was always playing sports. I played soccer and basketball in high school. Like I mentioned before, I played travel softball, slow pitch travel softball, and sanctioned tournaments up and down, from Maryland all the way down to Florida. So I was about 45. So
nice.
Granted, I'm technically an off-ice official, but and I don't go overboard. But at the same time, we sometimes, depending on how the game's going, it's kind of up to us on the production side to keep that energy going and trying to keep the fans from kind of getting a little bit lower if things aren't going their way. But that's few and far between here in Roanoke. Just like I mentioned before, our fans are avid, and they'll make noise one way or the other, good or bad.
Love it.
Wouldn't trade it for the world. Wouldn't trade it for the world at all. I mean, it's like I said, hockey's gone back here for almost 60 years, on and off, mostly on, and to find something like that in Virginia was kind of shocking to me when I moved down here from upstate New York.
No
Very
kidding. Cool. That is so cool. So cool. And like I said, please, by all means, if you're back up here this summer, let us know.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it. We'll have to have you come back on after the playoffs over and let us know how everything went.
I'll be happy to.
That would be so cool. Because like I said, this SPHL, man, we got to get the word out about this. This sounds just like such a fun league. It really does.
Yeah, and like I said, I have a feeling that, like mentioning that New York connection before, I think even if it's not necessarily from Utica, well, I guess they're going to be Utica University from what I read now, but, they'll see some players that they may recognize that come into Utica to play as well, too. So.
Oh, absolutely.
It's awesome.
It'll be a good time all the way around.
Sure will. No doubt about it. Well, Roy, like I said, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and talk to us.
Absolutely. I appreciate the invite, and sorry it took me so long to get on, but
no worries.
No worries.
It was a pleasure, and anytime, just if you get desperate enough, somebody drops out on you, let me know.
Come on.
Like I said, I want you to come back. I want to hear how these playoffs went. So,
well, I was just going through their website. You can watch it's hockey TV. You can watch. It's one of the ways you can watch it. And they also have a podcast they haven't updated episodes in a long time, but that's pretty sick.
Right. Yeah, they do podcasts. They also do usually try to do it weekly, but sometimes it's bi-weekly Coach's Corner as well too.
I love that. That's great.
They go over new signings and how things went and what they're looking forward to for their opponents for the upcoming week and things like that. So
awesome.
They use those tools to get it out as much as possible and do a lot of the self-promotion. And I think everybody in SPHL realistically does a good job. I haven't seen anybody really slack in that department.
For sure.
And I think it's the way of the future, honestly, as far as, media goes when it comes to sports, in the minor leagues. This is going to be the YouTubes and the podcasts and all that kind of stuff. So.
Absolutely.
Because show off what you got there. It's unfortunate not more people know.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Right. No doubt. Well, we're going to do our best because, like I said, this sounds like such a fun league.
And like I said, if you decide to take that road trip, please let me know. We'll make sure you get your good seats, and there's always plenty of cold beverages floating around the rink as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. There's the part that sealed the deal right there.
I got my attention there.
So, but
speaking of, no more at the odd next weekend.
That's right. So, but again, gentlemen, thanks for having me. It's been my pleasure, and it was great to meet all of you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, this was awesome.
Really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Stay in touch.
All right, we'll do. Right. Have a good night.
Right.
Thanks, man.
You too. Bye.
Dude, what a cool
Roy
league.
Chambers. That was awesome.
For real. What a cool league. What a cool team. There's a logo. Yeah. Awesome. That's sick.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, they got some cool merch. They're sold out of some stuff, but I was creeping on it because I'm just like Jamie Vernon with the Googles. Don't stop. They do auctions and merchandise, so anybody wants anything cool, check it out. Right. Yeah, dude. They let you customize their superhero specialty replica jersey. Ooh. What?
Oh,
what? No, this is a really cool. I can't share my screen, obviously, because I'm not hosting, but I'll explain it to you a little bit. It's a pretty cool jersey. It's basically the skyline. It looks like the skyline in a backdrop of the city with like the rail yard in the front. And then the big star he was talking about, it's got the big diesel train. It's really cool. They do an awesome job there from what it looks like. That's sick.
That's so cool.
I know. Have fun with it, man. Let it fly. I love that.
Right.
Let's go Rail Yard Dawgs.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the nice thing about, like minor league hockey or minor league sports in general. You can do stuff like that.
100%.
Right.
I can't wait for the Syracuse Mets to be the Syracuse Salt Potatoes this year. So excited. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, boy.
Every year.
Well, guys, we only got one thing left to talk about, and that's the Comets. We had a pretty good weekend in Syracuse. Swept the.
Who are we playing again this weekend?
Well, we're playing Syracuse again tomorrow night.
Syracuse.
Tomorrow night. But then we got Toronto and Rochester home on Friday and Saturday nights. So,
Rochester? I haven't seen them
again. Imagine that, right?
I haven't seen them play yet.
I haven't really seen Toronto that much, so at least that's a nice shakeup.
Yeah. And Toronto usually plays them pretty tough too. So
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
But,
well, they just lost. I think I saw in the group they just lost. Yeah.
Did they?
I don't know.
That's what I thought I saw. I'll tell you right now. What's today's date? Does anyone know off the top of your head?
Yeah, today's the 8th.
March 8th. 3-1 Providence. Yeah, they lost.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, that'll help.
Yeah, that'll help. I'll take that
about
today. They got it. Wow, dude. They play again tomorrow. They got a lot of games to make up.
Well, yeah, because they had to cancel all those. Or
Yeah,
postpone, I should say.
And listen, if by chance anyone from the comments is listening to this, you have no excuses playing this team. They have to play tomorrow again. Guess what time they play tomorrow? 11 a.m.
Oh,
against Abbotsford, which is bananas. That doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And then
So wait, Abbotsford's coming to Toronto at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. And
Ouch.
then they play us the 11th, and then the 12th they're in Syracuse, and then the 17th they're in Hershey, and then the 19th they're on the road for like a month. Man, have fun, boys. It's a bad month to be Toronto.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Oh, I hate to see it. I'm looking forward to watching Josh Hosang. That'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't have to deal with Nick Ritchie anymore. He got traded, so
yeah, kid's sick.
Yeah.
Sick hands. He can't do anything else, but he's sick.
Yeah,
Dude, he can't do anything else. He can sing, I guess. He got some sick hands, though.
Well, so far, it doesn't look like we're getting Nico Dawes back. He's doing pretty good up in the NHL right now, huh?
Yeah, well, I was talking to one of my coworkers. It's going to be interesting to see what the Devils do with the whole goaltending situation because it's a mess.
You know what? I got to tell you, I think we're due to get Neil back on to talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, is he's still okay? He's.
I don't want to put him into his.
yet?
I don't want to have to put him into any certain state of mind.
The devil's state of mind.
Let's look out for his mental health. I was talking to him a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "Yeah, I have fell off on social media." I go, "I noticed." He's like, "I had to get away for a minute." I go, "I get it, dude. I understand. I'm assuming it's something else because a hockey team shouldn't really do that to you, but maybe it is because a baseball team's done that to me my entire life." So.
Well, he's got another podcast out too. He does the Brooklyn Nets podcast.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool. He should.
Have you watched his watch along yet on the hockey?
No, I haven't.
On the hockey podcast network.
I popped into one, and it was just him yelling about comments for like 5 minutes.
It was awesome.
So I was like, all right, so Neil's up to par on everything here. So go ahead and send that the way we're going, boys. I was like, I get it. I'd be doing the same thing, but
yeah, right.
I'd be probably a little more cool, calm, and collected because that's the too. But he was losing it. I love it. I think it's great.
Yeah, it is. I'll tell you, if you get a chance, check it out because it is. I mean, I just love the guy. He just goes crazy. It's great. So, but
the team's gonna have to start paying for his like therapy or something.
Oh boy,
dude, that was for a couple. I mean, there's a couple years the comments were terrible. I mean, that was kind of us here for a while.
Yeah.
Never, true. Not really. Any time in recent history was at the Pioneers. So
no.
Dude, it's just. I don't want to get into that. Never mind. It's not. I don't want to spill any juice or nothing. Never mind.
How are you going to do that?
Just go by your day. Just go by your day.
You got to do it.
Go by your day. No, we're not.
I don't know. He's talking about juice. I don't know if I want to know about this.
I had to pick up on Facebook last week.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're still watching this or you're listening back or you watch it and you're in the Utica hockey fans group, there is now a list of rules. Please try and abide by the rules. If someone shares a link, for the love of God, 9 other people don't have to share it. Just comment on the link. One of the rules is multiple posts will be deleted because it doesn't matter who shares it. It just matters that it's there. So help me God.
You know, we got to just make an entire segment of this show with Dom just going off about something because it's the best.
Chanting's one.
Yeah.
No, I'm over the chant. I'm so like my energy in fandom has like shifted at least for the next month from the comments to the Pioneers. I'm in Pioneers mode. This is Pioneers mode, baby. It's been a while because of COVID, but we're back. We're all the way back.
Oh yeah,
like bad. We're down bad. Like let's go. That would be such a great. You know what, Jordy, you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. It would be, but no, we're no disrespect to the comments, but like they don't have my full attention right now. Like I got tickets. I'm gonna have to get rid of March 25th because I won't be here. I'll be in Lake Placid. So
I'm telling you, I'm gonna make it.
Agree. I always look to see if someone that you do one of the best members of that group right there is Josh. He's on the money. I get confused, dude, because you share so much good stuff and you have the same logo as the team. So I'm like, I know from the team or I love it. I think it's great. It's fantastic. But it's a good group, man. There's a lot of people. Honestly, if you're listening to this, all jokes aside, I'm not going to yell at you. It's fine. You're a Pioneers fan, or like you kind of are, and you just want to follow along. It's a cool group. A lot of active people, good videos, good pictures from the game.
Absolutely.
Active comment threads. Like it's a growing group. I think we're about 140 members now. So it's awesome. It's cool. It's something that I think we need. It's a good addition that the Pioneer Posse guys like it too. Like they're in, like Aaron and Danny love it. So that it's cool. It's a good thing.
Good deal. Yeah, it's an awesome group. It really is.
I made friends with those guys this weekend, by the way.
I mean, you were over there, so yeah.
Dave messaged me on Facebook. He goes, "Hey, you're gonna make it to the get together at the Dinghy Bar?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna make it, but I wish I could. If I'd known in advance, I probably would have made it because we've been a blast." I don't want to be like, "Who are you, by the way?" And I had to think about it. I go, "Oh, you're the you suck guy." Right. Great dude. Great dude.
Shout out to the Dinghy Bar for surviving COVID and still being open.
Dude, I live.
My father would go there years ago.
Yeah.
For fried bologna sandwiches.
You said it, Josh, not me. Yeah, dude, that's I almost forgot that was kind of the spot. I haven't been there in forever. I've been there for work, but I haven't been in there like forever.
So I can't even tell you how long.
I'm not against going. I'll go. I got no problem with that. I love having a nice little spot. Like I wish there was like a Comets bar around here. You know what I mean? I almost
the old school one for the Devils was the Bearded Dolphin.
Yeah, that's not
even I don't even know what that is now.
It's a Caribbean food restaurant now.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. It still looks exactly the same. I think one of the Bearded Dolphin signs is actually still up, I'm pretty sure.
Awesome.
But dude, I don't know if they would do it because every time I go to the Dinghy Bar, there's like a concert on. It's not even sports. I say they should play the Pioneers games. They could stream them. That would be sick. Or that's why I was like I put it on Twitter a long time ago, but I think it'd be really cool. Like if there's a local bar, it would probably have to be more centrally located. Like no disrespect to the Valley, it probably have to be more like a Utica thing. But dude, just if you're a bar owner or you work at a bar and you like, because I've worked at a bar, so I know what it's like to try to get people through the door. Get the AHL TV package.
Oh, no doubt.
Get the AHL TV package. Even just get the away games. It'll cost you $40 a year. You'll make that the first night back, guaranteed. Just have the game up. Killer Brew would be good. I haven't been in there in a long time, Josh. I mean, by that I mean I go there a lot, but I've been meaning to like mention it because if you go in there at the right day, what's his name that owns it? I can't think of his name. Mike. He's there, and he's like, dude. They probably would. I've watched Comets games there before. Like that would be a sick thing to do. You make it on one table. You'd make your money back immediately, and then just every Comets away game, just you have it on, and people can go in there, and we can meet up and do like stuff there. It'd be cool.
Playoffs are coming up.
Playoffs would be sweet. Yeah, dude. We're gonna have a series where it's not really gonna be ideal to travel.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? So like do that, dude. And then you could play Killebrew at Killebrew. You can make Comets wings or something. You can make money off it because people will buy anything. Do 2 for 1, do a special, something. It'd be a good. I think if I owned a bar, I would do that already. Be a Utica hockey bar. Well, that would get out of control in a heartbeat.
Oh, I'm sure it would.
It'd be beer only, cash only. That's it. We have a menu with 3 items on it: wings, fries, and burgers. Mott sticks. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Keep it like that. Keep it like that. Your fries get served in a bucket. And by a bucket, I mean like a bucky. And then we're going to call it a day. I don't want to hear nothing. Players are there. Leave them alone. Let them watch the game. These people.
Yep.
Let them enjoy it. Relax. Maybe I will open a bar.
There it is. There is the words of wisdom for the night. Now we just got to come up with a name for it. That's all.
For a bar. I have a name for a bar, but I couldn't. It couldn't. It wouldn't be a hockey bar, and I can't say it here because it's like too good. I don't want one of you people to get cute and take my idea. I don't want because you can't facilitate the way. No, don't. Can't believe someone hasn't pushed the hockey theme with their bar. That's what I'm saying. Like thank you, Josh. That's what I'm saying.
People. I mean, I remember there used to be a bar that would push hockey nights, especially for the Pioneers and for the old Comets. But now they just it doesn't even happen anymore. I don't know if it's because COVID kicked in. I don't know.
Who's this?
Kilbur used to do it.
Dude, I'll talk to them. I'm good friends with the bartenders there.
Yeah,
honestly, like
Mikey
I think they would do it.
Yeah.
Dude, I was in there one night. It was like a dead Thursday night, and there was just a hockey goal in the bar. Like,
yeah.
And I my buddy Vinny, do you know Vinny, the bartender? He's kind of like my height. We played high school sports against each other. We were always the same.
I coached him in football.
Well, yeah, we were always like the same height, so we always had to like face each other in like basketball and stuff. So like we know I go in there and I go, dude, what's going on? And he goes, don't ask. I go, done. He goes, you want the game on? And I go, the Rangers game? He goes, yeah. I go, yeah, done.
Yep,
please. So it's not like it's not a hockey bar.
Right.
So if they leaned in full tilt, dude, Mike, I would do your social media for you. We'd crush it. Whatever you want to do. TikTok, Instagram, who cares? Let's get it done, son.
Well, there we go. There's our homework for the weekend.
I'm telling you.
I mean, that is the bar that does sponsor us too, Scotty.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It'd be perfect.
I got the in.
It'd be perfect.
It'd be a blast. We could expect, dude, you got the 19 TVs on the wall.
Yeah.
Get the comments going.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put that out on social media. Let's see. Let's run a poll or a contest. See which bar should become the Comets bar and the Pioneers bar.
Yeah, just the Utica hockey bar. I think we could do it if we put enough different pubs. We could totally figure it out, and I think we could figure something out. I know a couple other people that own bars in here, but I'm pretty sure one of them's getting sold because I think they're. I don't know, whatever. But
I thought you were about to get sued. I was like, no, just leave us out of this.
No, there's a couple bars around here that I think are probably going to, but none of them that I go to. I believe Mike sponsors. Yeah, he sponsors their beer league team.
Yeah,
that I didn't get a jersey for some reason.
You got to play.
I don't have to play.
No, you don't.
I don't have to play.
I mean, just get on the roster. I mean,
I just need a jersey. That's it.
We'll keep you in mind next year.
There we go.
Season's just about over.
All right.
So,
what do you think this is, Jer? I can't walk through the odd without getting distracted every 5 seconds.
Hey, you got a shirt?
You got a shirt. Hey, whoa, hey, this, woo, ah. People tell me they call me the mayor of Oneida County.
man.
It's relentless. It's everyone. I love it. I think it's great. But I'm just saying, if I had a jersey, it'd be even better.
I'm the shirt guy.
Dude, I'm the everything guy. Yeah. Dude, your tweet was hilarious. Yeah, I know. That's why I tweeted it. Thanks, dude.
You are the everything wings of social media. You know that?
I'm not a lot of people can handle me. It's not what it is. Not for everyone, but those that enjoy it, it is a delicacy.
Well, let's think about that. Let's see about who should become the Utica Sports Bar, and we'll talk about it during the week.
Because I can walk home from it.
I do too. So.
I can walk home from there.
Oh boy. Well, guys, I think that's about all the time we got for this week. It's been one of our longest shows on record here, so this is really cool. But
Chicklets goes for 6 hours, and they're the biggest hockey podcast in the world. We'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So anyways, we want to thank from the Utica Pioneers, John Moncovich, Brandon Osmundson, Justin Allen, and Khristian Acosta for coming on. We also want to thank Roy Chambers from the Roanoke Rail Yard Dawgs of the SPHL for coming on. For Dom Real. For Jeremy Roberts. I'm Scott Kimball. This show's almost over. We can't go off the rails yet. That's all we got. We'll see you next week on Marty's Legal Stick Hockey Podcast.
Oh. Dom, you tired, bud?
I don't know. Bored.
Wait till the music's over. Oh.